in the stage chat channel. This is the weekly kickoff for just product and engineering, getting in sync, talking about what we're doing for the week. So I'm gonna kick it off and have DeFi Cafe start for the platform team.
Josh, you want to mute yourself on Zoom?
Oh, I'm not? Wow, thanks. Find that. I'm not even joined into audio on Zoom. Maybe I need to join audio and mute.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. How about that?
There we go. No echo.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Got to remember to join the audio and mute. Okay, cool. Thanks.
Fantastic. I just made some changes that aren't appearing on your screen. If you could share and unscreen really quick, share and reshare really quickly.
Yep. Oh, no, it's not share and reshare. I have to unpresent and refresh. Hold on, I'll do that. Okay, that should be, is that correct?
No, that's the previous week still. You're on the previous week slide.
That's the problem. I see.
There we go. Sweet. All right. Okay, on the open source side of things, I'm just going to leave a few standing items here. US. Can have to mute again someone. So yeah, open source repos are released. Please go and check them out. We are accepting contributions. I've left the links to the boards there, specifically the engineering one, which we use at 10 a.m. Mountain every day, every weekday in the stand-up all access voice channel. So please feel free to come along and join there, or talk to us in the dev chat public channels. So we had the first bounties posted on Gitcoin on Friday. They're pretty small, but if you check out the web repo, there are some tickets that you can pick up and get paid in Fox for completing those. Last week on the platform, we had a mobile app release just for growth purposes. This week, in about 30 minutes, we're going to have the new Gem integration go live, which is a replacement for Banksa. So this is our fiat ramp. I also believe this allows an off-ramp as well. Matt can probably give us the details for that one.
Hey, my thunder.
Sorry, say that again, Matt.
Oh, I said stop taking my thunder.
Ah, okay. I'll leave that for you. The Fox Farm stuff, is that your thunder as well?
Yeah, it's all you, buddy.
Okay, all right. So the liquidity mining rewards program is going to be ending soon for Fox, but we are going to continue that on with another rewards program, just with less rewards. So we're doing a work breakdown for that at 1 p.m. Mountain Time today. So that's going to cover previously the site that we're running on fox.shapeshift.com. We've taken that repo, moved it from our private GitHub namespace over to the public one, and we've open sourced that. I believe that's called Fox Farm. So we're looking for contributors to come along on web to help that. We've also got the new Fox. We'll be running another Fox Farm in mobile as well, but the community members won't be able to contribute on that one, given that it's our closed source that we can't open up yet. So that's pretty much it from us.
Cool.
Hey, good morning, everyone. So this is Mike. I'll give an update from the coins team. So last week we spent a bunch of time debugging EIP 1559 transactions on the Keep Key, and ended up fixing the bug that was causing those not to work. So major props to Highlander, Mark, and McChadwick for tracking that down. The next step is a firmware release for KeepKey. So that's in progress. And then we also need to update HD Wallet and the web client to check the KeepKey version to see if it supports 1559 before using it. Once we get that done, we'll focus back on the KeepKey bridge for Windows. That was sort of on hold last week. We have 4 or 5 spikes laid out to go do. And then we'll also start working on adding support for that to HD Wallet as one of our next steps. Then for Unchained, I'm actually going to hand it over to Kevin for an update there.
Hey guys, so yeah, on the Unchained side, I was out last week, but there was some progress made on getting the startings of the Bitcoin coin stack stood up with an API. So Highlander was working on that, deployed to his local cluster. We are going to want to deploy that to the public ShapeShift cluster. And there's going to also be some cleanup on the kind of infrastructure side of things as well. So we could have a cluster for develop changes, all of the new features being merged into the develop branch that could be tested and used, and then the actual more production kind of public main branch cluster. So there'll be some work on the infra side, finishing out Bitcoin, and then we'll probably, there has not been an ingester set up or created for Bitcoin. So I see work on the Bitcoin ingester coming up, and also wanting to start planning out the WebSocket connections for pushing updated, confirmed and pending transactions to the client here soonish. Those are kind of the next biggest things on the radar. That's all I got there.
All right, I think Conscious, you're ready to go next.
Last week we finished moving Datadog alerts from our legacy chat system to this Discord. This week we're going to be formally retiring those workflows, actually making announcements, sharing information on how it all works, and retiring the old alerts channel on Slack. That will basically be our team's last dependency on Slack, done and gone. We also finished clearing out from Combinize. So I don't know if there's any other teams that are still using Combinize, but we are also done with that. I think we were one of the last to leave. And then finally, as Kevin mentioned, work with BTC integration in Unchained and any supporting features such as multiple namespace deployments, EBS snapshotting, and so forth.
Cool, thank you. Let's see, Reed or Michael, I'm not clear who's giving the security team updates in this meeting these days.
We haven't been providing updates mostly because I wasn't quite sure how this transition was taking place, but I'm happy to give an update on what we're working on. There are a number of researchers who have submitted vulnerabilities to ShapeShift, and as we shut down ShapeShift US, we are working to pay out bounties to all of these researchers. There's 96 of them in the queue, so it's definitely taking some time as our team works through those. In addition, we identified, I believe it was only 5 vulnerabilities that existed in ShapeShift code that we must fix before open sourcing those components to the rest of the world. I believe 4 out of the 5 of those have already been fixed, with only 1 remaining. Once these are all fixed, we are comfortable releasing information about all the other lower priority vulnerabilities because they don't represent a risk to ShapeShift users or systems. Between fixing those final vulnerabilities and getting the researchers paid, that is what security is working on this week. Now actually may be a good time to plug, well, one other thing for tomorrow. All of ShapeShift's security policy and security training documents, all that stuff is ready to be published now. And tomorrow afternoon at 2:30 Pacific, 5:30 Eastern, I'll be leading a session here on the ShapeShift stage, walking everyone through what ShapeShift used to do to secure itself and what changes I recommend for anybody who is participating in the DAO that they can do to help secure their own accounts. So if any of you listeners are interested in hearing about that and learning how to increase your security as you work with ShapeShift, join us tomorrow afternoon. That's it for me.
Awesome. Thanks, Michael. Marley, you going?
And nothing new from last week, just focusing on ShapeShift US wind down stuff and supporting the DAO here and elsewhere. So, is Adam on?
I am. Thank you much, Marley. So, as you heard from Kev, we're putting the multi in multi-chain. So we're actively working on getting Bitcoin support. So that's me working with Highlander and Sterling at the moment. Have some ambitions, or I guess personal narrative, that maybe Tendermint comes up next after that because of the plethora of chains and functionality that gives us, not the least of which is osmosis. The other kind of big thing, which I believe you heard about a bit from DeFi Cafe, is the Fox farming contract V2. So the current staking program expires, I believe, October 15th. So we're kicking things off kind of in earnest there to get a new version of the farming contract up and complete the required UI work to support that. So we've got a task breakdown this afternoon at 1 p.m. on that.
Just want to clarify, October 13th, not 15th.
13th?
Yep.
Thank you, Matt. I wasn't 100% sure. That's about it for me.
All right. Cool. So things that I'm focused on this week, personally, I mean, there's all the stuff that all these other great engineers are focused on and doing, which is what's driving us forward. I'm working on more of our community engagement, and then probably my biggest focus this week is the engineering workstream budget. Continuing conversations. We as a workstream, I guess a proposed workstream team, since we will not yet be approved, we're all meeting together tomorrow, and then there'll be follow-up from that. And then one other thing too is that demos are this Wednesday, and the community is encouraged to demo anything that you've been working on. I know we have at least one community member, Chris Troutner, who's planning to present. There will be internal ShapeShift also. So I'm just gonna have Adam, and I have not discussed this yet. Adam, the running the demos, is that something you want to keep doing in the new decentralized world?
Yeah, it works for me.
Okay, cool. So I'm not even sure how you and I can talk about it, or just do whatever you think to, because we'll now need a sign up sheet or some way and sign up. Maybe it's just a thread in one of the channels, but be good if we could just post that and let people start signing up, maybe even starting today or tomorrow, since they're not in the afternoon, since they're on Wednesday morning.
Yep, agreed. I'll get on that.
Cool. So kind of exactly how that conversation just happened is my next point about figuring out how things get done. So I was at this retreat this past weekend. I do a lot of these kind of like personal development, spiritual growth kind of retreat things. And they give a lot of time for reflection. And one of my reflections I had this weekend is how basically how I've been kind of overwhelmed at points, probably more overwhelmed than not overwhelmed, just with everything here with ShapeShift and the DAO. And part of the reason I'm saying this and sharing this with people is because I know that other people are feeling the same way. So, and one of the things for me about that was I realized I'm I'm trying to juggle a lot, and not just in like tasks, but also like figuring out new ways that we're working and how we're getting things done. So to that end, I'm going to start asking people, hey, what do you think? Is this something you might want to do? Just like to Adam, I said, hey, is this something you want to do now that we're in this new world? If I ask anybody that question, it is in no way some kind of passive aggressive way to make you do something that you don't want to do or you don't think is your job to do. I'm honestly like trying to figure out how we're going to spread the work around so that we can be successful going forward. So it's basically it's an invitation for a conversation about whatever the topic that I've brought up with you. That goes for people in the engineering work stream. It goes for people in other work streams that I'm in conversations with, and even if I'm talking to community members about how we're doing things. So, yeah, so that's a lot. I'm just trying to figure out how we're going to get all the things done that we need to here. I think it's super exciting, and the only way we're going to figure out is to figure it out together. Cool. So at the end, after product gives their announcements, I'll open it up for questions and comments. So I want to right now pass it on to Diggy. Diggy, are you here? Or Matt, are you giving Diggy's update today?
Yeah, it's me. We actually didn't update the UX design section. That was my bad, but they're still working away on a lot of the earned stuff that we have in the queue, especially around the gravity osmosis stuff, as well as also looking at maybe natively putting the sushi swap polygon staking stuff into the platform as well. Product wise, because 0x stole my thunder, damn it. We are soft launching Gem in just the web app platform today, not the mobile app. This is a fiat on and off ramp aggregator. This is going to be cool because this finally gives us an off ramp, gives people a full round trip. What's also cool is they also have an on ramp right onto the Polygon network. So you don't have to go from ETH layer 1 onto Polygon. So really excited to soft launch that today. And if that all goes well, we'll be doing our full marketing launch on Wednesday. And then we'll be working on a lot of DAO stuff. And like I think 0x mentioned, we're doing the kickoff today with the engineering team on the staking version 2 of the for the Fox yield farming. So that'll be happening this afternoon. Excited to get working on that, and also having some people from the community engineers working on that, especially on that external page. And then other than that, we're going to have a mobile app store release today. There is no new features in it. It's just performance enhancements and bug fixes. So you'll be seeing that in the app stores sometime today when it gets there. Willie, Fox, or Chow, did I miss anything?
I think you nailed it in terms of product stuff. I can add a couple small things. We've also have a proposal going through the governance process right now for a fair drop. So that is on track to pass, and would love to schedule a breakdown for that. Fortunately, the engineering lift should be relatively low. There's not going to be any UI UX changes. We're going to use the existing airdrop UI UX. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully there should be very few tasks to break down. Also, this week is IMCON, so I'm going to be at a lot of these conference events. So it's going to be lots of DAO focused stuff. I'll be networking with other DAO members and learning about the latest and greatest in DAO land. And then also product workstream is just working on the roadmap proposal right now. So looking forward to presenting a proposed roadmap to the engineering workstream and then to the full community and getting everyone's feedback on their ideas for features and what we should prioritize. I'm also planning to do a little presentation there to paint a picture for the vision for the ShapeShift products, and also a little bit of a competitive analysis and some of the gaps between our vision and our current offering that we would need to close to achieve that vision.
Cool. All right. Oh,
Are you unmuted on Zoom again?
I think so. My son just walked by blaring loud music. I thought maybe that was what it did, but no, I'm muted on Zoom.
Yeah, it's fixed now.
Okay. All right. So thanks everyone for the updates. Does anybody have any questions or comments for me or anybody here or the process or anything like that? I'm looking for raised hands in the audience.
There's a question for you in stage chat as well, Josh. Did you see that?
Cool. No, I did not see it. When you say community members, do you mean DAO community members or ShapeShift user base? I guess really any of the above. That was in the context when I was talking about conversations about how are we getting things done in the community, and so I would say that would go for either. I could be having conversations with DAO community members or just the ShapeShift user base. I think more specifically I meant DAO community members, but I don't think it needs to be I'm open to what anybody has to say, I guess is what it comes down to. Or thinks. Thanks for the question. Anything else from anybody? All right. I'm just curious. Can someone tell me? Can you hear the music in the background, or is it being muted out by?
No,
Okay, cool.
I cannot.
Yeah, I can't hear it.
Good. That is good to know. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for joining. Hope everybody has a great week. Look forward to seeing you around. I hope to see you at demos on Wednesday, and then Thursday. I'm also Brian Robertson from Holacracy, one of the premier thinkers about the Holacracy self-managing organizations movement, is going to be on the ShapeShift stage for an AMA, and that's at 10 o'clock on Thursday. So 10 o'clock on Wednesday and 10 o'clock on Thursday, there's going to be exciting things happening on the stage. Hope to see you there. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks all.